So let us wait for Manthan. Right? Let us wait for 2 minutes more and then I will start the lecture. So what is the difference between, okay, so he just arrived. So now let us begin with from the point we left, right? So concluding the previous lecture, VHDL stands for Very High Speed Integrated Circuit Hardware Description Language, and there are two languages by which we can program the FPGA or CPLD. Those languages are Verilog and VHDL. So in our course we are going to learn VHDL mainly, and the CPLD is complex programmable logic device, is having less numbers of gates than the FPGA. So your application demands more numbers of gate, then FPGA is the choice. In FPGA you have logic blocks and microcells available, using which you can synthesize or you can make the digital circuit, and that's why we can say that we can form any digital circuit including the microprocessor or microcontroller itself, because inside the microprocessor and microcontroller also we do have the digital circuits only, like ALU is comprised of adder, subtractor, etc. Right? So we can form a particular microcontroller, and such a core of microcontroller readily coded for a particular FPGA is already available on several sites like GitHub. So from there you can download the code to configure your FPGA, or to configure the particular microcontroller, say ARM M4 architecture on the particular FPGA, right? So particular FPGA will behave as a ARM microcontroller if either you code for it, means either you develop the code in VHDL or Verilog, that is actually modeling, that is targeted to model the ARM microcontroller, or else what you can do, there is a ready-made code available in VHDL and Verilog. You can dump it in the FPGA and it will work as a ARM microcontroller, right? So it means we can mirror image or we can model a particular a particular device or behavior onto the FPGA systems. Is it clear to you? ખબર પડે છે શું કહી રહ્યો છું? માઇક્રોકન્ટ્રોલર બનાવી શકાય એનાથી મતલબ ખબર પડી? હેલો.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So not only the digital circuit, we can also make the microcontroller inside the FPGA. Okay. And we have discussed about the basic architecture of the VHDL program, and VHDL program comprises three things. The first one is library. The second one is, bolo, શું આવશે? Second one is
entity.
Yes, entity. And third one, from which we should begin the new lecture, is architecture. We have discussed about library and entity. So we need to discuss about the architecture. Okay. So before I proceed for the same, let me write down the name of book here that can be useful to you, and let me show you some web sources from where you can find out the details. Okay, so I have a very good book here with me, and it is from MIT Press. MIT, you know MIT, right? MIT ખબર છે ને, હું આગળ પણ વાત કરી ચૂક્યો છું. શું છે MIT? A very well-known university and doing great research, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, and from their press, from MIT Press, this book is published, and the name of book is, I again lost my point. Oh yes, so, circuit design and simulation with VSDI. Okay, and the name of author is Volney. I don't know how to pronounce him or her. A. Pendroni. Okay. So find out if soft copy is available. Otherwise, the hard copy is available in our library. And take snaps of the book if you feel it correct, right? Whenever you visit the college. So probably for 1 or 2 times you will need to come here, and your presence will be useful for you only. Means it will strengthen your programming skill, your practical skills, and along with that you will also get several material that I cannot directly upload on the Microsoft Teams or any other medium. So do visit college even if you are not forced, right? It's advisable. Are you clear? ખબર પડે છે શું કહું છું? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
I'm leaving it on you when to visit, and it's better to visit later on so that several decisions can be regarding the choice of the book, and softwares can be made, right? You know about the software I was talking about yesterday. Because of the size, I suggested you the lab edition. But then when I started the lab edition and when I read about it, I came to know that it cannot work without the hardware, and hardware can be joined by local or remote server. So if possible, I will arrange the hardware here, and you will be able to access that hardware by your internet connection, right? You need to provide the details of port on which that hardware is connected, on the computer on which that hardware will be connected, right? So that is what we can do. And second thing what I am going to do is, instead of this lab edition, we can use this Xilinx design suite. This is Xilinx design suite, right? Whereas Xilinx ISE, whereas this is Vivado lab edition. So both of these softwares are from Xilinx only, but the size of Vivado is less. A setup file size for Vivado is less where, for lab edition, whereas Xilinx ISE requires somewhere around 5 to 6 GBs, right? So it cannot be uploaded on the Microsoft Teams, and it is immoral also. So if you do visit the college, I will provide the software in your pen drive, but come with the formatted pen drive, and the word formatted and deleted are different, right? Come with the formatted pen drive, because I don't allow anybody to join pen drive without formatting with my computer, just for the purpose of safety, right? I don't allow the pen drives to inject viruses in my costly laptop. That's why. So do come with the pen drive, or if possible hard drive, right? It will be actually useful for you to get all softwares. Otherwise, you will have to download it by yourself, and it will be a costly or difficult task for you. Yes, of course, if you are using Geo, are you using Geo or any other connection? Hello.
Geo.
Geo.
Okay. So in Geo there is a plan of 250 rupees, 249 actually, and it gives you 50 GB unlimited data download. There is no day limit, means you can use more than 2 GB or whatever you feel comfortable, and by that you will be able to download all the softwares, right? So at least if you don't visit the college, then at least for the software, uh, take this plan, buy this plan and download all the softwares that we are going to use throughout the semester. Okay. So now you know that this course is also offered first time, and that's why, uh, yes, I of course I know the basics, and I have worked on all these systems, but long ago, right? So after that the softwares got updated, and several facilities are confirm whether a particular software will be suitable or not, like just happened for the case of Xilinx ISE and the Vivado Lab Edition. So that's why I insist you to visit the college after some time, not at this moment, right? I will need some time. I require some time to decide all these things, and my plans, my internet plans are also limited, so I need to download all the softwares one by one, and it needs also time. Almost about 2 hours was wasted in night yesterday, or I should say on this day only, right? So that's the difficulty we are going to face in this course. Okay, whatever. So let us now start with the architecture, and the format for the architecture is like I am going to write down here. So architecture in capital. Okay, then it is followed by name of architecture like ARCH or G1 or whatever. Then it is followed by capital OF of architecture of. We had taken the example of NAND gate entity. So let us take same entity inside the architecture. So I should write the same name I provided to my entity, that is NAND underscore gate, right? Is, right? You cannot do anything. Is required by the rules of syntax, right? That's why you must provide it. Of is required by the syntax rules, so you need to write down of over here, right? So and similarly this particular keyword defines that something you are going to write is defining the architecture of the circuitry. So architecture needs to begin right from somewhere, and that's why there is a keyword here, begin. There is a keyword here, begin. And similarly you need to end the architecture, so somewhere you will end it, end architecture, right? Now here there can be the word architecture, or it can be the name of architecture, right? So for the case of Xilinx ISE, this particular is name. So let me write down ARCH, right? Because ARCH is the name of architecture. So ARCH. Similarly, consider for the entity, right? For Xilinx ISE, you need to end with the name of the entity. Can you recollect the thing? શું લખેલું હતું આપણે? entity, then બોલો.
named,
And
Yes, આપણે સ્મોલમાં લખ્યું હતું. So entity, then NAND gate.
and underscore gate is.
Yes, NAND underscore gate is okay. Now why I am writing down the something over here? why not I am directly typing in the software itself. Okay, so this is the practice you really require to remember the things. When you want to remember the syntax, it is always better to write it down in your notebooks for so many times, at least for 3 to 4 times, and then do type it in the software again and again, so you will be able to remember it. Okay, so entity NAND get is, and then we need to define the inputs and outputs with a close call port. So this is port, and I need to define field for this port, and field is defined by writing something inside these small brackets. So for defining the inputs, two inputs, let me take A and B. If there are three inputs, then A comma B comma C. If there are four inputs, A comma B comma C comma D will do. A, B, gem. Okay, this is input, so I need to write IN, and it is to be followed by its type. So type it is bit, so write down bit and put a semicolon. Okay, now suppose there are 3 to 4 arguments here, 3 to 4 lines here, then remember please that the last line that you are going to write down just before this ending bracket should not have a semicolon along with it, right? This semicolon will serve that purpose. So don't put a semicolon over here with the last line. So say Z is the output, then I can write down Z gem OUT and then beat. Okay, don't put a semicolon here, but if there is a second line here, then it is to be followed by the semicolon. Okay, ખબર પડે છે ને બધી? હા કે ના?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then it is to be ended with the statement and name of entity. So and then name underscore get. So please consider this much change in the previous discussion. Okay, and space name of entity, that is NAND underscore get. Okay, this is part of the complete VHDL program. As you know, the first section comprises of the include libraries, the second is for entity, and this is something I am writing down for the third section. So begin, and then I can do anything like if I want to synthesize the NAND gate, like here is the purpose, then I can write down Z, but equal to is written differently in VHDL. Don't put equal to sign like this. Rather, you are assigning the bit to Z. That's why the symbol to be used is this, right? This is just equal to equal to. This is equal to equal to. This is similar to equal to. But you need to use this less than equal to sign for VHDL. So Z equals to, I will pronounce it, I will read it as Z equals to, but you should write it down like Z less than equal to. So Z less than equal to A NAND B. Okay, put a semicolon and you are ready with your code. Is there any doubt? Hello, is there any doubt?
Oh, sir.
Okay, then let's simulate in the Xilinx software. Let me open it again. Oh, everything this already open. Okay, so here is the code already written, right? So I will recreate this project, but let me first demonstrate the simulation. So can you see the same code written over here?
Yes, sir.
right? But
Yes,
there
sir.
are there are some differences, like library can be small letter here, but you can always use the capital letter, no problem, right? Then use is also in the small letter, but it's better to write it down in the capital, right? Most of the compiler will be following something written in the book itself in this particular, હા બીજી કોઈ book ની વાત નથી કરતો, કઈ વોલનઈની book ની વાત કરું છું, but then after all this is dependent on the compiler itself, so sometime this small letter may not work, so be careful about that. So here it can be it should be here, it should be, or we should write down it in the capital letters. Similarly, entity can also be written in the capital letters. See, these codes were automatically generated by software, library IEEE, then use, then this commented information, then entity G1 to is and G1 to, and architecture behavior of G1 to is, and then end behavioral was generated by this software. I have just written this line, the 40th number line, and 33 to 35 lines. Okay, so totally 4 lines is written by me, and other lines were generated by the software itself. So when I will be generating the new project for you, it will demonstrate that these lines of codes are generally generated by the compiler itself or the IDE itself. Okay, so now it's time to compile the things. So implement the talk module, wait for the result. Then run. Okay, so this is completed successfully. Then simulate behavioral model, run it. So it will open in a new box, new window. So here you can simulate the things. So your A is 0, your B is 0, and that's why output Y is 1. Your A is 0, B is 0. So if it was AND gate, then you know that 0 AND with 0, output is 0. Now it is NAND gate, so output must be 1 for both of the input to be 0. You remember it, right? So
Yes, sir.
now we can change it. We can make it 1 and 1, so that output will become
Zero.
0.
0. So let us set it to 1, apply, and let us set this to 1 again, apply. Okay, this is done, although it is not reflected here, but it is done, and it will be reflected from the next time, right? So let me simply run it. See, 1 1 and output is 0. Can you see it? Say yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
See, just try to see the location of the line. See, this is 0, right? This one is 0, and this one is at the top. So signal B is at logic level 1. Similarly, signal A is at logic level 1, right? And signal Y, that is your output, is at logic level 0. Okay. So in how much time it is completed? Just in several picoseconds, right? Even it is not taking this much picoseconds, where it is just reflecting the things in some tens or 20 or 30 picoseconds only. That 20 picosecond or 30 picoseconds is the time taken by the gate circuitry itself, right? It is called propagation delay. It is called propagation delay. Can you recall it? It was taught to you in the digital circuit, propagation delay. એવું કંઈક ભણી ગયા હતા તમે? પેલું ફેન આઉટ, ફેન ઇન એવું બધું ભણ્યા હશો. એ વખતે propagation delay એવું પણ ભણ્યા હશો. ભણ્યા ત્યાં?
Yes, sir. Fan in, fan out.
Fan in, fan out બરાબર, પણ propagation delay ખ્યાલ છે? Time taken by the digital circuit to reflect its output after the input is made available is called propagation delay. બરાબર, કોઈ વસ્તુ દુનિયામાં instantaneous નથી, everything takes some time. So similarly digital circuits also, or digital gate also takes some time. If you can recall, the basic NAND gate has 2 input transistor at the first stage, and then it is followed by several other transistors, some 4 to 5 numbers of transistor. So that basic cell makes one TTL NAND gate, right? So as transistors are involved, those transistors will take some time. So the total NAND gate will also take some time to complete the operation. Are you following? ખબર પડે ને શું કહું છું?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
બરાબર, that's what I mean by propagation time. અત્યારે બધું જૂનું યાદ કરવાની, એટલે આર્કિટેક્ચર NAND ગેટનું કેવું હતું એ યાદ કરવાની જરૂરત નથી, પણ એટલું સમજી લો કે ભાઈ આ કોઈક એક રિયલ ડિવાઇસ છે એન્ડ ગેટ, એટલે એને કંઈક ટાઈમ તો લાગવાનો જ છે. ઇનપુટ હું કંઈક ચેન્જ કરું કે ઇનપુટ કંઈક આપું તો આઉટપુટ મળવામાં કંઈક ટાઈમ તો લાગે જ. એન્ડ ઇટ ઇઝ ઇન ટર્મ્સ ઓફ નેનો ઓર પિકો સેકન્ડ્સ, રાઈટ? 10⁻⁻12 પિકો એટલે શું થયા? 10⁻⁻12. So that's what the advantage of the FPGA architecture or FPGA devices. That controller works on the crystal, means system clock. It needs a clock signal for its operation, and it completes one instruction in one machine cycle. So several machine cycles will be required to complete the instruction or the program, okay? And that's why it will take some time, or it will take more time with respect to the digital circuitry. બરાબર, કંટ્રોલરની અંદર તમારે કરવાનું હોય A NAND B, તો શું થાય કે A અને B જ્યાં પણ તમે સ્ટોર કરેલા હોય, સપોઝ ઇટ ઇઝ અ કેરેક્ટર વેલ્યુ, રાઈટ? સો ઇટ વિલ ફેચ ધોઝ ઇન્ફોર્મેશન A and B and will do the logical NAND operation on the information by use of instructions. Suppose it's a 8051 architecture, normal 8051 architecture, then it will take somewhere around one machine cycle for this operation, right? 1 or 2 machine cycle. 8051 original architecture કેવું હતું? All the instructions were not completed in just one machine cycle, but it may require more than one machine cycle. Several instructions require machine cycle in terms of it requires say about 12 or 20 machine cycles, right? So they are really these devices, 8051 devices are really time consuming, okay? So let's assume that 2 machine cycles are required for NAND operation. So totally 24 numbers of clock will be required, and if we connect the crystal of say 10 megahertz or say 12 megahertz, okay? So the time for one clock will be approximately 0.1 microsecond. So it will take 0.1 microsecond into 24, that is equal to 2.4 microseconds. So it takes about 2 to 3 microseconds to complete, right? Whereas here it is completed in picoseconds. It is completed in picoseconds. So you may imagine that how much fast it is. It is 1000 or lakhs times fast than the microcontroller, okay? Now this varies based on the based on something you are going to develop with the microcontroller and FPGA, but ultimately the FPGA gives you chance to execute the things at more fast rate. Do you agree with me? Ha ke na?
Yes, sir.
So why do you agree? કે તમને એવું કેમ લાગે છે કે FPGA will give you fast operation? હું કહી ગયો પણ રિપીટ કરો પાછું. Why do you agree with me? Why FPGA gives faster operation?
Because it is working as actual model, like in propagation delay only it is reflecting the output. Whereas in the case of microcontrollers, it takes the time as time required by the instructions to be executed in terms of machine cycles.
See, you have to make two arguments here that the time for machine cycle is fixed for a fixed crystal frequency, and the execution time cannot be minimized to less than one clock, right? And architecture is also fixed, so depending on the architecture and the instruction, it is going to take time, whereas here those things are developed using gate circuitry or the logical circuitries. Okay, so there will be no delays like those involved in the microcontroller. The complete operation will be almost instantaneous, and wherever you have clock, that clock can again be faster than the microcontroller. Here also we will have clock, but that clock actually provides the signal to individual component like D flip flop or gate, etc. Okay, so there it is actually used as a machine cycle, whereas here it is directly connected with the component. That's why components are working at very faster rate than the microcontroller, right? So here also we will be connecting the crystal like 200 megahertz or 500 megahertz. Okay, so slowly we will develop the programs working with clock also, but today we are going to develop programs without clock only. So here is the first program. Now let us develop the second one. Okay, see, uh, I want to define. Okay, let me now take the new project only. Let me close this one. Now there is no option like closing the project here, right? So directly make a new project. See, there is no acha. Yes, it is available here. Close project. So close it. Then make a new project. Okay, so I have already created a folder called 4. Let me change it to 5. I always prefer to save the individual projects in individual folder. So I have a folder created in my D drive, namely Xilinx practice, and inside this folder I I I always make a new folder for a new project, right? So as we are going to create a new project, so new folder, namely 5 is created, and now I am going to give the name of the project, say G15. Okay, you can see here we have SDL, right? So here you can see the name of the FPGA you are going to use, means the device itself, right? And by default, when you will be installing the software, by default it will take Altix 7, but don't take it. Take this automotive Spartan 6. Okay, we will be working with this Spartan 6, and of course, it is not much relevant because ultimately we are not uh, going to go into the details of Altix and Spartan 6. We will just need the information about numbers of gates available and the pins available. Otherwise, the architectures are similar. So, if I am developing the code for Spartan 7, it also means that I can dump it into the Spartan 6 or any other FPGA. Okay, but here with respect to some other limitations of the software and the application we are targeting, let us not take the Altix 7, instead take automotive Spartan 6. Okay, So other things are also mentioned here, and you need to at least change this one, right? You need to write program in VHDL. So click on the VHDL. Here the version of VHDL can be selected. Let it be 93 right now. Okay. Or you can change it also, no problem at all, right? And then click next and finish. Okay, so you have a menu here showing the hierarchy of the project. So here you need to add your source like you are adding in the Kale. And of course, you are going to work without hardware. That's why just click on the simulation. Okay, but later on, not right now. So let me take a new source, and in the new source you need to select VHDL module, right? There are various options as you can see. Verilog is not useful. If I select the user document, I will have to write the libraries and all things that are automatically generated by myself. So I am not taking that one. Instead, I am going to take VHDL module. I am not creating library or package right now. I am not creating any test bench right now. So that's why I am taking VHDL module. Okay, I am not going to create a processor. That's why these four options are not useful for me. Now, what do we mean by test bench? I think library and package, these words are clear to you, or at least you know something about it. But let me say something about the test bench. Okay, so in this particular file you can create a program that can be used to debug, that can be used to simulate your main VHDL program. So we'll be developing it later on, and we'll be using it for testing our VHDL program. Okay, so right now it's sufficient to understand that we need to use this VHDL module. Okay, let us give some name to the file, say G11. G11 is the name of file. Okay, and yes, by default the option is LM enable. That's why this file will be added to the project. Okay, next, here you need to take the pins. Okay, which pins, how many pins are required, you can click on it. It doesn't matter to configure it right now, in or out or in out. It can be done by programming. So just select the pins, and those many pins will be available to you for your program. Okay, so let me take 16 numbers of pin. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 and 16. Okay, click on next, and yes, click on the finish. The extension of your VHDL file will be .vhd, as you can see here, right? VHD is the extension. Okay, finish it. So as I already told you, these things are already are automatically generated, right? Library IEEE, use IEEE DOS standard logic 1164 point all, entity G11 is. Why G11 here? Why G11 here? ये G11 नाम केम આવ્યું? It is from the file itself, right? Okay, so let us take some inputs. Okay, port, and then A, B, C, D, E, F are the inputs, right? So in and beat. Okay, similarly, let me take output G, H, I, J. These are the out bits. And yes, I need to code over here after begin, right? Don't write over here, write over here, begin. So output G is say equal to B or C. Right? Similarly, output H is equal to C. No, this is not capital. This one is small. B and C, A and D. Okay, A and D. H. Then I is equal to A and D, E F, E and F. Let's see what happens. What will happen? Control S. So there is a error here. Yes, of course it must give me error because I have forgotten this, right? Control S again. So parsing design hierarchy completed successfully. So syntax are correct. Now you need to implement it. It will take some time, right? Numbers of warnings are 0 and it is completed successfully. So now yes, this is what the design summary is, right? See here you can see the available and utilized components in the FPGA. So like there is something called slice register or it's a register only. So there are totally 4800 registers available and it is not utilized at all. That's why 0%. Lookup tables, LUTs, there are slices for LUTs and LUTs available in these FPGA. Which particular FPGA? XA6SL X4-3CSG225 FPGA, right? Numbers of LUTs are 2400 and 1% of LUT is used. Now what is LUT? So let me give some idea about it. And why I should give you idea, because we have implemented the gates and it is showing that LUTs are utilized, right? It is showing that LUTs are utilized. So why it should utilize a LUT? That is the question to us, and for that we need to understand LUT. So LUT lookup table looks like this. So it is nothing but a multiplexer and it can work fast compared to the gates. Okay, so there is a control logic here, namely say S. Okay, and the inputs constant, the input constants are given at the input. Okay, so if I want that whenever I provide S equal to 0 I should get output 1, right? Then I need to write 1 here, right? Can you understand when S equal to 0, the first channel is selected. So at the input of the first channel, I am providing the information 1, right? Similarly, when I want S equal to 1, then output should be equal to 0. Then at S equal to 1, the second channel will be selected and something available on the second channel will be outputted. So I need to put 0 here, means program needs to put 0 here, 0 with the second input of this multiplexer. So this is nothing but the multiplexer. And this can be part of the RAM device, memory. Okay, memory. So in memory we are using several bits, like you know that your SFR, special function registers, are part of RAM. It is available on some RAM locations. So similarly, this information can be part of RAM, and then whenever I put 0 here, so this is actually the signal, the control signal of the multiplexer. But if I see with the different view, then it is actually synthesize a NOT gate for me. Do you agree with me? When S is equal to 0, the output is equal to 1. When S is equal to 1, the output is 0. So can we say that this particular circuitry is synthesizing, or it is making a NOT gate? Say yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So other gates and other things are also utilizing these LUTs, lookup tables, right? So that is what reflected over here. 1% of LUTs are used. And what do you mean by 1%? 1%. So 2400 is 100%. So 1% is how much?
24.
24.
Yes, so 24 numbers of LUTs are used. That's what the meaning, right? No, sorry, not 24. Here they are mentioning 2. We are doing some mistakes. See, use numbers of use LUTs are 2, right? And similarly, numbers of logic use are also 2. Okay. So why 2 here? Why not 24? 1% of 24 are 2400. 2400 are the total available LUTs, right? So 100% 2400 for 1, how much? So 2400 divided by 100, so it should be 24. It should be 24. Okay, it should be 24, but it may be reflecting for one circuitry, as we have 6 numbers of input, I think, right? That may be the reason. I will get back to you. I need to do some analysis why it is showing you 2, but ultimately it will tell you about the numbers of LUTs used. That's what I mean by this discussion. Is it clear to you?
Yes,
ખબર
sir.
પડે છે? બરાબર છે? અહીંયા કેમ બે આવ્યું એનો જવાબ હું પછી આપીશ, પણ અહીંયા આવવું જોઈએ કેટલું? આના 1% જેટલું યુઝ થયું છે એટલું, બરાબર? અથવા તો એવું થતું હોય કે એક જ ચેનલ માટેની LUT ડિવાઇસ બતાવતું હોય તો પણ બની શકે કે અહીંયા ભાગ્યા 6 થઈને 2 બતાવતું હોય. અચ્છા, એ જે કંઈ હોય, પણ આપણે અત્યારે નથી જોવાનું, અને આપણે આને ઇમ્પ્લિમેન્ટ કરવાનું છે. ઓકે. Why no schematic? No schematic found. આપણે બધા ઇનપુટને કન્ફિગર નથી કર્યા. કેટલા ઇનપુટ લીધા હતા આપણે? યાદ છે કોઈને? કેટલી પિન્સ આપણે લીધી હતી?
16 configure કરી હતી
16.
16 कॉन्फ़िगर करी थी 1 2 3 4 5 6
सेलेक्ट कर दीजिए और
7
इसमें से
8
यूज
9
इसमें
10
करिए।
11 આપણે લખી દઈએ જી કે 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 oh yes simulation sorry એમાં આવું થાય છે વાંધો નહીં જ ચાલુ થયું You must specify a value for target simulator property of this process before running. You must specify value for target simulator property. I will get back to you, right, by the evening or by the by the next lecture, right? If this gets solved, then I will send you a message in the WhatsApp group, and you should also do the similar exercise on your computer. Try to download the software if you this ISE, right? ISE project IS Xilinx ISE. If you do have plan for such more GBs, right? The overall size, the total size of the software is about 5.3 or 5.7 GB. So if possible, then download it or wait for a while. I will demonstrate it in the next lecture. Okay.